Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm starting a new segment called Cool Feeling Friday. What is a cool feeling? It is the exact opposite of a cool feeling. Something that is so humiliating, it gets you to the core, and there's nothing to do but to laugh and say, wow, what a cool feeling. And I know we have all had those kind of moments. At least I hope it's not just me. One of my best friends and I always talk about cool feelings. We'll text each other and tell each other about our very cool, not cool feelings. Because in life you can't take yourself too seriously, and it's nice to know you're not the only one that goes through these. Today I have two very not cool feelings. Let's get started. Cool feeling number one. I work at a local news station. I've been there a little over 4 years now. I love it. I schedule commercials and my job is called a traffic coordinator. Before I went to television, I was in radio for several years. Now the world of TV and radio are very different for obvious and not so obvious reasons. In radio, I tend to think of it as like the fraternity and sorority kind of life. It's fun, you have a lot of characters, you get a lot of perks. It just has that fun feeling. In TV, it's a little bit more professional. You have anchors and reporters, so it's kind of different in that aspect. But the very obvious reason is when you can see their face and when you can't. I'm going to take you back to my second week of work. Every day I put together what's called a radio log. It's a list of commercials that runs throughout each and every day. A new one has to be printed up every day. When I started, we had two separate buildings. We had one down here, which was called the Bob, the back of the building, and then we had one up here, which we called upstairs, even though there were no stairs. I don't know why. I always had to take the log from downstairs upstairs. When I would take the radio log upstairs, I would have to pass through a newsplex, which is where a lot of the anchors or reporters would sit to gather their news stories for the day. And then you would go down some stairs and then into a radio booth, and I would drop it off. One day, I was walking through the newsplex and I saw somebody I knew from high school. I turned to that person, waved, like, hey, I know you, we work at the same place. As I'm walking, I kind of noticed somebody off to the left. It seems like they're holding something up and they're reading it to the other people in the newsplex. I kept walking, feeling really excited that I have this awesome new job and things are going great. And then it hits me. I just walked through the middle of a live newscast. I passed that camera right beside my face. I got down the stairs and I froze. I stood there, my face like glowing red, just getting hotter and hotter by the minute. I was so embarrassed. I didn't even know what to do. I just stood there thinking, did I really just do that? Did I really just walk through the middle of a live newscast? What is wrong with me? I made it into the radio booth, dropped my radio log off, turned right around, and very unfortunately had to walk right back where I came from. I did pause for the newscast to be finished. As I made my way back up the stairs and approached the people that I just interrupted, I immediately turned to them and apologized profusely and was met with nothing but laughter. The reporter even turned to me and said, you know, I heard something in my headset, like, who is that? That was a very not cool feeling. Cool feeling number two. Right out of college, I ended up getting married. And I was married to this person for about 7 years until he decided he wanted an older, dumpier model and left. So about 4 years ago, I ended up getting divorced. We're gonna go back to about 8 months ago when this took place. So I was driving with my mom in her new Jeep and we were looking at places for her to rent. She wasn't sure where she wanted to live, but we're gonna check a couple places out that were a little more north of town. She talks to somebody about one of them, and then they tell her about a townhouse that's for rent in the next complex over. So we take a little detour and kind of go through the alleyway, scoping out the new place. We turn the corner to go down a new strip of the complex, and her Jeep starts puttering, and I immediately remember that I completely forgot to get gas. The gas light had been on for like a solid half an hour. Here we are, breaking down in the middle of this complex because I forgot to get gas. That is not the cool feeling though. It gets better. As we come to a complete stop, I remember that just down the block is a gas station. So I figure I'll get out and push it. She can steer into the gas station. I'll meet her down there. All will be good. I give it the old heave-ho. It starts going. I'm kind of running to catch up. I see her arms flailing inside, and it comes to a stop, and I run and catch up, and I'm like, what happened? Why did you just stop in the middle? We were going. And she told me she lost all steering and brake functions. We were literally stuck. There's no moving this vehicle. If we were getting get gas, we'd have to be the ones to go get it to bring it back to the Jeep. As I pop out of the Jeep and close the door, I'm kind of looking over my surroundings, looking left, looking right. And to the right, I see these very familiar signs, these the sports memorabilia signs. I can feel my heart quickening, and then I glance and I see this car, this little silver freaking car staring me down is my ex-husband's car. This is the point that I will tell you, I had no idea where he moved. I didn't even know what end of town he was in. All I knew is that this freaking sucked. I was standing right next to his place in a Jeep that was broke down. I didn't know what to do. I started panicking. Once my mom got on the same wavelength as me and realized where we were at, we were in full-on freaking panic mode. We hustled right over to the gas station. We filled up a gas can, we made our way back, and no, friends, this is not where the story ends. How I wish that was true, but it is not. We put the gas can down. We're trying to figure out the little new nozzle system. Apparently it's not like it used to be. There's different features to protect the gas from leaking out. Neither of us knew what we were doing. I just knew I needed to get the hell out of there. As we're fiddling around with this gas can and trying to make it work, I hear these kind of kids off in the distance. And I turn to look, and I kid you freaking not, he is there with his newfound family walking this way. The only thing I could think to do was duck and cover my head as we're trying to drastically make this gas can work. I must have said a million prayers and cuss words mixed in. My heart is beating fast. My palms are sweaty. I didn't know what to do. I was sitting there thinking, how is this happening? Just as they enter their garage, we finally figure out the gas can, pop it into place, dump that gas in there, throw it in the back seat, get in the Jeep, and take off. That was by far the coolest feeling I have ever experienced in my life. Thank you guys for joining me. If you like this video and you'd like to see more, there's a lovely little subscribe button at the bottom. I would love to hear from you guys. In the comments below, put your very cool feeling. I would love to know so that way I don't feel so alone. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you next time. Bye!